Hello everyone, Hachadino over here, and today we have another Path of Exile 2 video, but this one also has to do with Path of Building. So what I'm going to teach you today is to get your build from the inside of the game to your Path of Building. Keep in mind that as of right now, I do not know any way to get from like some planners like the Maxwell one or Modalytics or whatever to Path of Building. You can't do that. What you can do is get an import or export from a path of building already made into, for example, Maxroll or PoE or other places. But it's not possible because I had some people from in my other video telling that they tried to import a Maxroll planner instead of a path of building Maxroll build, and that is not possible, at least right now. Maybe in the future it will be, but let's go into it. I'm going to go through some places. Of course, first of all, what we will do is we will go into path building. We will create a new build. As you can see here, if I don't save, we still have here test build. And this is the first thing that you do. You can save and put a name. And then you choose your class, your ascendancy, do the ascendancy points fast. And then here is where it gets a little bit more bothersome. You have two screens or know more or less your passive points. This is kind of easy, but you have to manually get the points themselves to go. And the same thing with the attribute ones. Remember, you can just press 1, 2, or 3 to get the attributes to what you want. I'm going to just put everything into intellect and intelligence and then change some for dexterity a little bit later. Sometimes you will forget to press that. It will happen like this. But of course, this is because I already kind of remember my build. Nothing crazy. And it's not hard at all to do. Of course, it's not super fast because if you only have one screen or something like that, you have to go and keep looking here and there and then here and there and here and there. But you get used to it. It's also not super hard, and you can see that it doesn't take even that long. At the end of this video, my goal is to have everything kind of ready, and as you can see, the items and the skills are not going to be also that difficult to do. Let's go back into path of building itself and get into those points. Of course, if you are not a fast person, this may be something annoying to do, but you will be able to eventually get that export that you really want. Right now, this is just a way. I'm going just through the motions to show people that even going from 0, that is what I'm doing right now, it's not that difficult from it themselves. And then if you think you already kind of have what you want in there, you check out one last time into your normal path of style build, and it seems kind of okay. Just some places that I have to fill out. And over here some place, and the critical strike one. And now this is my passive tree right now. As you can see, of course, there is not of the any of the jewels or anything, or I don't have any skills apart from into the breach, of course. Just remember, into the breach here on this place, you can't really put the real support that you have. So what you do is you put a new one and put clarity. And in my case, I also have the herbalism guy and other places. Now I will go for items. This is surprisingly easy. You don't have to craft your own items or anything. You just go inside of the game and use Control C. Of course, you copy, or if you have macros or anything, that is of course faster. Going to create custom item and go into it. Of course, it will have some extra like things, but as you can see, my item got created 1 to 1. Then I will add it to my build. It even has the 2 runes that you can change to check if they are better or not. And then you add it. And you do the same with all of the items. I'm going to do that really fast. I recommend that you use the paste bin to do this. If you don't know what the paste bin is, for Windows, you press the Windows button and then B, and that makes you activate the paste bin, and then you can see all of the things that you copied, and then you can paste those. Then now I copied all of my items, and I will go here and begin slamming them themselves. As you can see, it's going to be very fast. That is my helmet. This is one of my rings. This is the other ring. So you don't have to go into it every time. After my rings, I have my body armor. Okay, my amulet. Then after the amulet comes the glove. You can even do this with unique items. Of course, you can use put the unique item themselves, crafting them with the lower part here. But this is of course faster, and it also gets the sockets that you have and the rolls, so you don't have to kind of put them in between or not. Here are my gloves, from the belt, the boot, and I'm even going to put my life flask and my mana flask, and you can put the charm, of course. Might as well do it. Get the stone charm over there, blam, and now you can do the same with your sockets. The sockets, of course, you will kind of have to look at the place where they are actually. Some of them, of course, matter where when they are things like against the darkness or the time lost ones, but the other ones you can put whatever and it won't change many things. So I will go into my Path of Exile 2 character, and the same thing. I will come here and I will Control C, copies. I'll get my Against the Darkness, my Megalomaniac, my Prism of Belief, and my Time Lost. And also, of course, I have a random Ruby. That is never bad to have, because, as you know, sockets are very strong. Very strong. I also have another one here that I will get eventually if I bother to level to 98. And you will do the same. Remember, it's super easy. You get all of them in your paste bin, and then you begin copying. This is my Against the Darkness. This is my Prism of Belief. This is my Megalomaniac. This is my Time Lost Ruby. And finally, this is my Ruby. Now, after doing everything, as you can see, they remain unused because they don't have like a set place to put. And then you just have to remember where they are. For example, this is my Against the Darkness. They even give you a little screen to look at it. This one is one of the ones that it's whatever. This is Megalomaniac. This is the Ruby. This is the Time Lost. Ruby, and finally this one is my prism of belief. So for this we have done all of our items and our jewels in not that much of a time. Even explaining this, it took in now only 10 minutes. Now we will go fast to our skills. Skills are also not super hard to do. You just go, of course, into the game and get the names. You have all of your skills here. Of course, if you use the base skill, remember that you can also put that one there. But if you are like me and you don't use it, you can just ignore it. And then we will go here and just create a new one. We put flicker strike in my case. Remember to put quality on it. And then put the supports. Right now, of course, there are many supports that are not working, but if you just want to make them work, you can put them in a place that I will tell you kind of add a little bit of this end segment. So let's go into the supports. And for flicker strike, as you can see, I have culmination, concentrated effect, perpetual charge, momentum, and rage force. Momentum should not work, but it's working right now. Eventually you can change this with another one, but it's what I'm using right now. Then we will go into the place itself and we will get it. Culmination. Of course, as you know, culmination is not working right now. Support gems don't have levels of quality, but this is from Path of Building 1, as you can expect. And then we have concentrated effect. That is also not working. Then momentum, perpetual charge, rage forged, and that is it. Our perfect link 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you can expect, many of these do not work, or almost any at all. But that is fine. Eventually, everything will work. Now, new skill. My second skill will be Ice Strike. Remember to put quality. You can also make it so jewels and gems make for 20 quality. You can see here. You can also put the default jewel, corrupted maximum, awakened, blah blah blah. Or match your character level. If your character is level 80, you will not be able to use a level 20 gem because you need to be 90. That is some cool that you can do. You can also kind of cool the support gems, but that is not something we care in PoE 2. And this one for you to look at, it will have inspiration, martial tempo, ice bite, rage, and practiced combo. I have explained why I use these in my guide videos, so I'm not going to kind of explain them again. But basically, Ice Strike is just kind of a builder for my Flicker Strike, but that is not important right now. Just what you need to know, martial tempo. And maybe even if you don't care about the number of these, you can just put the ones that will affect our main skill. For me, it's Flicker Strike, and then I will only put Ice Bite because all the other things I kind of whatever. Okay, combo and H. Now into my next skill, or you can do what some people do. Are the empowered skills that I use: Infernal Cry, Charge Stab, blah blah blah. So what I'm going to do now is these are kind of the two main skills that we use a lot. Now I'm going to put all the aura ones. They're going to be quite fast. And in the case of Wind Dancer, I'm not going to care about these. These are to defend myself better and get better clear. I'm using Magnified Effect, Splinter, Armor Explosion, and Demolisher, and eventually Heft or the other one that increases physical damage. So I will just put Wind Dancer, Combat Frenzy, Grim Fist, and Herald of Thunder. But instead of Herald of Thunder, I will put Charge Infusion. Just for things. So let's go fast and go into path of building now. And of course, also that I forgot, let me show you quite fast, my custom critical setup. I already explained it in my guides, but basically this makes me able to crit more, get more power charges, get wither, and also to reduce the chaos resistance of my target. So let's go cast on critical. Remember that this will not work right now. And I have Eye of Winter, Sniper's Mark, not Conduction. Remember to put the Sniper's Mark at the level to actually have it, and to also take it off, because it's only one hit, likely, unless you do only big hits. Like for example, Sander, it's a good thing to have the Sniper's Mark because it's going to always be critical. They have the armor broken, and it's also one hit that is big. And Sniper's Mark, and Despair, and Wither. You can put, of course, the last one that is there, but now we just put another one that it's Green Fist, Combat Frenzy, and Combat Frenzy with Profusion, and Charge Infusion. This is not working, so we will have to do kind of a reach around, but I'm going to explain that a little bit later. And last but not least, Wind Dancer. Now we have our aura skills, and let's put the other things in place. Now, of course, there are many skills that do not work right now, like for example, Infernal Cry and Manta of Destruction are not working right now. I'm going to put them anywhere there, but we'll have to do kind of a reach around for them to work in our build. So now I'm going to put the Charge Staff and the Tempest Bell. Charge Staff is with Primal Armament, Electrocute, Penetration, and Infusion, and Bell is with Overabundance, Envenom, Exposure, and Corrosion. This is of course to break all of the armor of the target because we do some physical damage. And then Exposure, it's never bad, we do a lot of lightning damage. And Overabundance is to have always the possibility to drop our bell even if one is already on the ground. And let's go with Tempest Bell. You can just do the important ones. For example, if you don't care about people knowing about all of them supports, in my case, I would only need to put the exposure, like exposure, and then corrosion, venom. And for example, in this case, the overabundance is like not effective for my main skill, but let's just put it. Why not? We already have it there. Nothing crazy, and then charge staff. One of the coolest skills. Electrocute, primal armament, infusion, and penetration. So those are all of the skills that kind of work. And now for the final ones, it will be, in this case, my Infernal Cry and Mantra of Destruction. For this, as you might expect, you have the two Cry thingies. Eventually you will also get Dazing Cry because it is good. And this is Infernal Cry, gives a lot of damage as fire. Then you have it give extra rage because you want it to consume the rage. You can put this one first and this one first. I actually don't know if it affects anything. But for example, you have already full rage, you will get that one. But If you want to use it vanilla, you can get rage and then expand it. And for Mantle Destruction, 15% more damage to the empowered skills. They have Coldness Strike now, and it also gets one level, making it 41%. When it gets to my level 20, so it gets to 21, it will have 42. Now, let's put those skills here. Infernal Crime. And as you can see, it doesn't work. In my case, it's level 7. Then you put the War Cries, you put Enraged War Cry, and Raging War Cry. And then I also have the Ingenuity and the Wind, second Wind, so I can use it more. And lastly, Mantra of Destruction with Premeditation. The other one I forgot the name. Murderous Intent and Chaos Mastery. Intent and Chaos Mastery. And of course, this is because I want to kind of share my build for people to know and places like that. But as I said before, if you see something that doesn't work, you just take it off. Now, of course, there are some things that do work, like Premeditation and Murderous Intent are working, but the Cry ones I think are not working yet. Now, what do we do after we have our tree, our skill, and our items here? You might see that you have the attack itself, and it's not doing anything, in my case here, because it has like the base damage and other things. So we have to go into configuration and begin picking things. Now, of course, this makes it so you need some knowledge of your build. But as you might expect, it's also very easy to put. I already explained it on my last guide, but I usually put 2 Chayula Flames because they are not hard to get. White Tri Power is always 20 because you are against unique monster. Wind Dancer stack, you can put 4, and then you get your evasion up. Then the skill is empowered, yes. You use power charge, yes. Rage, I always put 40 to check other things, but as you know, the base is 30. And then I have crit recently. I have that annulled crit recently because my Ice Strike have 100% crit. Have I frozen enemy recently? Yes, because I freeze my bell. Have you been stunned? No. In the power charge? Yes. And this, yes. And now, if the enemy shocked, yes, I put 20 because I always shock when I'm using my bell and also my flicker strike. Is the enemy chilled? Yes, you can put some effect of chill. I usually get up to 24, 25, but that depends. Is the enemy blinded? Yes. Is the enemy burning or ignited? We don't care about that. Cover it on anything. It's not there. And here you can see this is kind of the place where we have the damage. And as you can see, it's nothing crazy and it's kind of bugged. So you have to change things a little bit around for it to be like my damage thing place. You have to get into the custom modifiers to make some things work. I'm not going to go into that in this build itself, but for example, I have to put a culmination. I usually get 20 combos, so it's 40% more, then 40% more, then 40% more, 120, then 120 plus 135 is going to be 155 more damage, and then you have 35% chance to do double damage plus the 20 on your chance to remove charge. And you can put that, you can put the 155% more damage. Like if you want to see my build and it's already done, it's on here. And as you can see here, the configuration has those things over here. As you can see, of course, the damage is super higher than the other one because I have done all of the things and put my things in place well. So that is everything. As you can see, it's if you do it fast without explaining everything, it will take you like 15-20 minutes, nothing crazy, and you get the field build going, and also makes it so you remember to do the math. And for example, I have to put the one from Infernal Cry, the one from Mantle of Destruction. This is Charge Infusion. This is the support that I have on my Flicker Strike, and I also had to should put 30% more that I just noticed from the Enraged Warcry, because as you can see, Murderous Intent does premeditation does work. So that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did enjoy this, just tell me in the comments what I made wrong or what you would like me to go through faster. But I think it was kind of a comprehensive guide itself, and as you can see, the pastebin helps us a lot on importing all of our items and jewels into the thing itself, so you don't have to go here, there, here, there, here, there. No, you just copy, 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 paste, 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 paste. And that it is. I will see you on the next video.